this sport has helped me so much in my life. I think my jaw is broken, by the way, so yeah. Let's go! It's definitely broke.
I'm a little fucked up, but will you take care of me forever and ever?
There is a silence that only exists at the very top of heavyweight boxing. It's not emptiness, it's shock. For 5 rounds, the world watched a social media star try to outsmart a giant. Then, in the 6th round, the giant answered back. When Anthony Joshua's right hand landed, it wasn't just a punch. It was a brutal reality check. In seconds, confidence turned into crisis as the referee began the count.
My mom wanted me not to fight Anthony Joshua. I should have listened to my mom. My dad pushed me to this. Now I'm around in the hospital. Got to eat liquid now. Anthony Joshua be ready for a...
The image of Jake Paul face down on the canvas is already locked into boxing history. But what happened right after is what truly shook everyone. While the crowd celebrated Joshua, panic filled Paul's corner. Trainers checked his condition, and doctors rushed in with serious concern. The fight instantly shifted from spectacle to danger. Joshua standing alone in the ring reminded everyone that boxing isn't entertainment alone. It's unforgiving.
Congratulations on your win tonight in Miami. How are you feeling right now?
Calm, chilled, good to get the win, but there's a lot I could have done better. So a bit of mixed emotion.
Like what?
Could have done a lot better, cut the ring off, maybe done what I done in the 6th, in the 3rd, in the 2nd, even in the 1st. But our wins are win. And that's why we're here talking now.
You talked about having the weight of the boxing world on your shoulders and like the purists, right?
Yeah.
And how do you deal with that type of pressure when the media is so fickle? 1 minute they love you, 1 minute they hate you. Do you feel that even though you won tonight, they're still not going to be pleased?
So with the media, how I operate the media is you got negative and you got positive. So I do honestly focus on the positive. I don't really focus on the negative. And secondly, I just understand that while I'm in the hot seat, so let's say there's a seat, and right now I'm elevated to that hot seat, I gotta take all the shit that comes with being in that hot seat, and then once I move on from that hot seat, no one's gonna care about me anyway. So I just gotta...
That's not true.
It's true, it's how it goes. It's how it goes, so I know how it works. I understand the cycle. I'm currently in that motion. I'm dealing with some shit at the minute, but it won't last forever. Have some tough skin, and then in a couple of years, I'll be sitting back watching someone else deal with that shit. Come on, champ, have some tough skin, you'll be alright.
Well, thank you so much
Good
for your
to
time.
see you, Michelle.
Great to see you too.
Fight fans, God bless.
Behind the scenes, fear spread quickly. Rumors of a career-ending injury and severe jaw damage began circulating. Talk of an emergency hospital trip followed almost immediately. After the fight, Joshua spoke honestly. He said he respects anyone who steps into the ring, but his job is to finish fights violently. He didn't just win, he broke his opponent down. That mindset sent Jake straight to the hospital before the media even gathered.
Yeah, we think he broke his jaw, he's fine. We met with Netflix afterwards. He took a shower, he drove himself to the hospital. A broken jaw is very common in sports, particularly in boxing or MMA, and I think the recovery time from the doctors and surgeons we've already talked to is 4 to 6 weeks.
Hours later, the full damage became clear, and it was shocking. This wasn't a small crack. Jake suffered a complete break of the jaw. When the X-ray appeared online, the internet exploded. The damage made one thing obvious. This was no longer show business. This was the true cost of jumping from influencer boxing into elite heavyweight territory. Jake joked about fighting again in 10 days, but doctors painted a darker picture of long recovery and possible jaw wiring.
According to Jake Paul, he stated he had to do surgeries. He broke his jaw on 2 different locations on both sides. He lost many teeth that he has to replace, or he replaced already. And after that, Jake called out Canelo. But he need to focus on Gervonta for real, because Canelo gonna do him dirty. With that being said, Jake said, quote, "Just got out of surgery. Everything went smooth. Thanks for all the love. A lot of pain and stiffness. Gotta eat liquid for 7 days, even on Christmas." So, to the amazing team of Miami University Hospital, everyone was so gracious and caring. Double broken jaw. Give me Canelo in 10 days. Jaw broken, heart and balls intact. Time to rest, recover, and return to cruiserweight. Okay, now that's a smart thing to do because he did fight a super heavyweight in AJ. but I don't think it's gonna be any sweeter at cruiserweight. But
That brings up the word everyone is quietly saying, retirement. Headlines are pushing it hard, and for good reason. Injuries this severe always raise serious questions. While some of the retirement talk is exaggerated for clicks, the truth is Jake is now forced into a long break. You don't bounce back from a shattered face. At some point, even confidence and heart meet real limits.
Tried my best. Jake done well while it lasted, but if you remember what I said in the interview with Cameron is, fighting's not just physical, it's psychological. And when you understand the psychological warfare, I did say to you is that, Jake, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna see a time when I'm gonna take your soul and you're either gonna give up or you're gonna get knocked out. And unless you have that instinct, you just will never be a good fighter. So I wish that I could have knocked him out at the start. But as we saw tonight, Jake has spirit. He has some heart. He tried his best, and I take my hat off to him because, number one, a lot of fighters haven't got in the ring with me, and Jake did. And secondly, even when he got knocked down, he kept on trying to get up, and I take my hat off to him. So America, I think you have someone who could potentially, if he still has the heart for it, come back again, dust the dirt off his shoulder, and come again and maybe sell out this center sometime in 2026. Maybe against a Gervonta Davis, a Ryan Garcia, who knows?
Inside Jake Paul's camp, the tone has been defensive. Logan Paul stepped in as the protective older brother, calling Jake a warrior and saying his spirit can't be broken. But in boxing, spirit alone doesn't win fights. Skill, experience, and durability do. The influencer boxing wave finally hit a wall it couldn't talk its way past. Critics say this ending was always coming. It wasn't a matter of if, but when.
Jake lost because of the size difference, not because of the skill difference. AJ was hanging on that neck, pushing him down. And when you have someone that heavy constantly doing that, it does suck the energy out of you. AJ talked about sucking out or taking out the man's soul. He didn't take out his soul. He did take out his energy, and that's when he was able to get the finish.
And just a quick follow-up. Obviously, we don't want to look too far into the future. I know you said Jake wants a break. He's going through some, he's coming off a tough fight. But, I mean, like, it seems written on the wall that that would be an obvious fight to, look forward to in the future. Could you see Jake versus Francis Ngannou?
The whole situation with Francis was very confusing to me. And he's done a couple of interviews, back and forth on terms of how he thought about our conversation. I think Francis is a revolutionary when it comes to fight sports. He stood up against the UFC, showed what kind of man he is, and this process was just, again, a little bit confusing for me given who I know who he is as a human being.
Adding fuel to the chaos was Tyson Fury's reaction. Instead of praising Joshua, the Gypsy King mocked the victory. Fury claimed he would have ended the fight even faster. It was classic heavyweight mind games and pure drama layered onto an already explosive moment.